Smolder?
Gen.G going for the Smolder.
Game 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the pick I would have expected, and the Jarvan comes out for Cuz, so some engage power in the mid jungle. Yeah, I feel a little bit weird about these drafts, so I think KT kind of lacking a bit of damage outside of the Yunara, but they do have strong engage tools between the rest of their composition. If they can get some early momentum, they can obviously blow up things like the Orianna. I'm a bit concerned if Dr. gets focused down, the rest of their comp just might not have gas in the tank in those team fights. On the other side for Gen.G, you know, the top side has a lot of threat, fielded with the Yunara, but the bot side, the Smolder Bard doesn't inspire a lot of faith. You know, they are going to have Prio on the bot lane.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Alrighty, game number 1 of the, what you can see here on this Jarvan.
Oh, BDD has to watch out.
Uh-oh, BDD, really rough spot for him, as now he's gonna flash, the follow flash comes in, but the stun is there, and now they don't quite have the damage out of BDD. Here's Cuz, getting a ton of damage, stun with the Conqueror, and that is just first blood given over to BDD.
It's so big, but not really much Gen.G's bot lane can do, and this is such a good early start for KT. This is kind of I mean, it's not a huge, it's not really an advantage in terms
Traded out. Cuz got one of these grubs and he's backing away. He's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, the top priority problem is not making it easy to play towards this side of the map. And Perfect, we talked about weathering the storm. The storm is hitting hard right now, so currently Keen in a pretty good position, despite the fact it's 0-0-0. He's 24 CS up, about 600 gold.
Yeah, flash comes in, there's the stun. Chovy very low, trying to trade back on a BDD, but there's nowhere for him to go. The heal is there!
Oh, the flash!
On the Cataclysm gets him out just barely. Because meanwhile, we got Duro trying to kill BDD, but TP is coming in. And I think Duro is just dead in this one. Lands the stun, and it just doesn't matter. A second kill here for KT.
Oh man, Chovy played Magical Journey before this, and he's like, I'm probably dead.
Uh-oh. Chovy, no flash. He's just isolated. Where is he? In the river. And they give the kill over to Peter, unfortunately. It's still a kill over to KT, but you really would have loved that on your Yunara.
Yeah, I think the trample damage is what took that there.
That's crazy.
So a little bit sad. Yeah, we're just talking about how Chovy did everything he could to escape. He just dies there pretty unceremoniously. Dr. unfortunately not the one to get the kill, but a good play coming out. Good pickup from Peter and Dr. in the bot lane. And a second dragon picked up for KT is big.
It is Chemtech Soul.
And then just a flash combo.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh.
This time it's Ruler. And the Magical Journey's there, but it's just going to be another one and make it 2. A double kill for Duckdom already. Probably should. Maybe they will after this.
They should wait.
Maybe now they realize they're like, huh.
There's some notes for that skin. It's almost perfect, but that's all they're missing.
Yeah.
Now setting up a Herald here. They're looking to contest this Gen.G.
Hey, you got a ghosted Alistar in your face. With ult available, he's just going to go in because he has that ult, and he's taking a lot of damage, though. Got to be careful. Peter definitely...
They do just switch up the lane assignments. Oh.
Yeah, Chovy doesn't respect the Scion, and he gets tower aggro as well. Chovy's... I got fooled by the UI a couple days ago, but...
Pretty uncharacteristic mistakes coming out from Gen.G, but KT, different flash. Someone needs to do something. Neither of them did something. He just died very quickly. So, bit of a flub there from Gen.G, and now the lead is expanding, and it's going to be third dragon for KT. I kind of feel a little bit rough because it is that Chemtech Soul. Oh my god.
Okay, Duckdom claiming he's the Ruler mid lane, but now he's taking a ton of damage, just dives to the Smolder. Ruler gonna pick up that kill for free. Duckdom not respecting it. Here's Cuz though. It's Canyon trying to get that life back. Keen just trying to survive himself, but everything comes in as Duro gonna ult the tower to deny. But Ruler still in a lot of trouble, gets flashed on by Peter. Triple kill for Cuz as KT turn it around.
With how that fight started, right? Duckdom sliding in, basically getting exploded. They still decimate the rest of the fight. They don't even need the Yunara at this point. Cuz so far ahead gets a triple kill. The tower's protected by the Bardal from the Herald. Doesn't matter. They'll go for a second charge. I think, yeah, goodbye to the Herald there.
This collapse is coming in real quick. Here comes BDD. Duro's in a lot of trouble as he is going to flash, but that is Jarvan. You're not getting away from him easily. Down goes the Bard. And here comes Canyon as well. Free food for the Yunara. A third kill for Duckdom. And that should be Otacon on top of it.
Such good vision setup, some great flanks from Cuz and Peter, and it's like they set the bait up of BDD, they saw Gen.G moving in, they flank around perfectly, and I think the main thing we've seen from Cuz, we saw it in the early levels when he dodged that Water Raptors, we saw it here as well, playing around vision so well, knows exactly where the wards are, exactly where the vision is, and able to skid around them to find these angles. Otacon picked up 4 KT and Souls in 40 seconds.
They say we got the stacks. If we're going to fight, we got to fight here. And they say we've got an Elder Dragon. We don't want to see another one. Ruler going to get away from that. But what is this split up fight? We got an Aurora ult just splitting everyone up. Keen kiting everyone down. And Perfect's going to go down here on the top side. And so will Keen. As Zombie Scion as well going to hit the deck. Already 4,000 damage done by Ruler. And KT showing a lot of respect to this.
Yeah, Ruler's starting to shred. Perfect goes down so quickly there, and a lot of resources were used there to take out Keen. Cuz trying to get a look into the Dragon now.
Trying to come back. Yeah, they want Cuz to try to steal, but will they have the vision? Will they have the ability to do so?
Oh, the stun
comes in, the stun hits too! And the anti-engage does come out from the Bard, but they're so low already. Look at the damage from Ruler, though. BDD getting chunked out as Ruler goes over the wall. Tovi is safe as well, but Duro will go down. 8k damage to the Smolder. But the biggest thing, Gen.G deny the Chemtech Soul.
And I think the magical Jin...
The rest of the team isn't really doing much. Keen has some lead as Duro, he is going to get chunked out. But guess who gets chunked out even more? It's Peter.
Yeah, the Ruler is so scary, and the Rapid Fire is so hard to deal with. It gives them that extra range. And they're just willing to Baron.
They're just going to start it. And KT, I mean, they get vision now. The flag comes down. But the damage on this Baron is so fast. They need to close the distance right now. As Cuz is right here, ready for the steal. It looks like that is going to be the play. It's just going to come down to a flip. Who's going to pick it up? It goes to one! It goes to one! And now Ruler in a ton of trouble.
He's dead!
The Q from the end, he chases him down. And they get the Baron on top of the kill. And now Gen.G just desperate to get out. Can they get away from Duckdom? Looks like the answer's gonna be no. As TP's coming him in and KT want to end this game.
That's gonna be game one. Keen not gonna be able to do enough solo. This steal from Cuz, the 1 HP on the Baron, and the cleanup comes in. Ruler gets exploded, and KT start this series with a bang.
So all they had to do, just take the Baron, win the fight, end the game. We were very much in a slow position, and yeah, I mean, Keen's trying his best to clear the wave with the Baron buff. It's not gonna happen. Can't even deal with Tibbers. This is gonna be the end of game one. KT gonna take it down and bust all of those 3-0 predictions out in the window as they're looking strong.
Cuz from that early invade, he was just on great form. I think Cuz just completely dominating this matchup over Canyon.
Made it look very easy, right from the beginning.
Gwen, so committing to a short-range composition.
Keen was shaking his head, did not look very happy. And it is blind Gwen, but...
I think it's Ambessa, yeah.
Yeah.
Ambessa was already a good matchup into Gwen, and then he nerfed her armor. So I think you go into this with a lot of confidence.
And they needed a bit of extra damage, I would say. You know, the Jhin having problems with the Braum, the Cassiopeia only, I feel like being very, you know, there's only certain times where she can actually deal damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think as much as KT's comp has a lot of tools that make it difficult for short-ranged champions, I do think that, like, Gen.G have this kind of just brawl comp where you can just put Braum passive on a target and hit him and kill him. And it can sometimes be very difficult to handle. Particularly Gwen and Xin Zhao, you know, the double circles. When you're playing Jhin Cassiopeia, it can kind of be a nightmare. So, you know, even though I was saying...
수환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, let's jump onto the Rift here for the second game of this series. Pretty surprising that Gen.G lost a single game, even though we did have a lot of three... Duckdom just gonna get flashed on, not respecting this. The knockup does come in, but barrier is there for Ruler. It's first blood already for Ruler and Duro.
Yeah, Peter's just playing too far up.
And Cuz's response is to go immediately to the Dragon Pit. They were able to stack up the Dragons very quickly in game number 1. And so that just means that Perfect gets no help. Meanwhile, Keen is going in here on the Duckdom, who doesn't have any sums. And a nice sidestep there. The Needles level 6 hit here for Keen, doing a ton of damage into Duckdom already and actually winning the 1v2.
Here's the difference, you know, it's the Lucian Braum is a lot stronger early. The Lucian has that pickaxe. Keen was able to get XP to get level 6. You know, and now, I mean, I don't think you can dive this.
All right, well, they're going to try. Keen goes in. He's very confidently going to take this 1v3 underneath the turret as Cuz has to flash away. Keen, you can see that deadly flourish. And now we got the Realm Orb coming in. Chovy wants a bit more, and I think Duckdom is just dead here as nobody is here to help. And he doesn't have any sums.
If he just stays there, maybe they'll forget.
Maybe he'll just disappear like he's Teemo in a brush or something.
Yeah.
To brawl. Any amount of lead in levels in gold is going to be so valuable. And so getting this early lead is going to be huge for them. Very different from the way that game 1 played out, where you were expecting them to get early lane leads, but everything fell apart very early. And so they really got no tempo going for themselves. Gen.G go back to the drawing board and look a lot better in this early game.
Now I'm a little wants to do short trades. You know, you're not one of these picks that wants to take the extended trade and be like, hey, you know, if you're playing something like a SERIE and they did that, you just ult and you just continue the extended trade after the bomb shield's down. But Jin cannot do that.
All right, so KT really want to fight for the Drake.
They want to. I'm not sure it's the best decision though.
Looks like even Perfect's backing for the TP. They get the engage here onto 1. It looks like Jovi's in a bit of trouble. Has to flash away from this, but the Root comes in, and they select the kill on a Jovi. And now they're looking for more. Canyon a little bit isolated, but he is down. But Perfect accesses the back line. Canyon super low himself, but the culling and the needles are pretty good. BDD does a ton of damage to Ruler on the backside of this fight. And now Duro is alone. Keen trying his best to get in there and get a kill. Gets the triple, but immediately gets chomped instead as Cuz takes him down, gets another one on a Duro. And
yeah. And, you know, I had a lot of concerns. They managed to find that one, but we're going to have another fight, it seems, over this dragon.
Perfect's going to get here first, and I think with that roam coming down, Gen.G have to respect that, rather.
Yeah, I think they just give it up.
Yeah, not going to be able to respond. As will be Chemtech again, is the only question. No, it's Infernal Soul, and KT on Bush. As here we go, they're trying to run them down, but Miasma and Pillar say no.
Yeah, hard to find those consistent engages onto KT. It is just a run at them team comp.
Yeah, it's much easier if you're ahead and you can set up on an objective. And KT kind of have to engage into you.
That's why it's big when they had the lead, because you force them to come into you. The other way around, it's a little tentative, but Gen.G are set up on the objective. This is also great for Xin Zhao, because you can stack up your Q on the neutral and just immediately get a knock-up. So you go like, get the first 2 autos, then E into knock-up and just try and one-shot Peter.
Yeah.
Who is close to that range already.
He really wants to engage, it looks like, but I don't think they've got a real angle here, so Gen.G gonna do a good job of accelerating their lead with this objective take.
Nice pick up there, did force with farm.
Perfect. Certainly threatening this one, but the public execution is going to miss, and now he has to flash away. Will he even live? No, gets snipped in the butt, and that's going to be the end of him. Keen.
They are at a disadvantage in this position. Both AD carries, no summoners, and I think Gen.G absolutely want to secure that. They have foothold on the objective. Perfect's not even there yet.
Yeah.
And Duckdom's dealing with mid-waves. I think this is just given up.
Peter doesn't have anything. I mean, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have quickness. Like, they don't have reliable engage, especially Perfect not there, so it's just like, well, I guess you just give this one away. Gen.G continue with their snowball.
I think it's the right call. Does give feats of strength.
He's here. Hear a lot of shouting behind me as they want to set something up. Duro in a very awkward spot. Has the flash and might be able to get over this wall, but the quickness is there. Jumps to his teammate, and it just means that Duckdom gets the kill instead. And he will accept that with open arms.
It's a nice snipe, but the TP came down from Perfect, and kind of makes you feel, was it warranted, the TP from Pip?
I mean, at least Duckdom got the kill, and not like Peter or something. We got, Jovi in a very rough spot, gonna be stunned down, and now Cuz is here. Jovi, nowhere for him to go, just accepts his fate, doesn't even flash, and just dies right before the Otacon take. It looks like KT gonna go for this one.
They have so much DPS for it.
Oh, and they're gonna turn as well. The charm comes in, and Ruler's just dead for free. Gen.G is asleep at the wheel, and KT are getting so much now.
Both carries just deleted there. Huge pickups from KT. You're seeing why the Cassiopeia is prioed into Rise when you're locked in those animations. So easy to get an ult off. BDD finds it. The punish is there. Then Ruler just caught taking a wander through the jungle. Goes down. Otacon for KT. Herald is thrown down in a bizarre position where it's just going to get deleted. They will get mid-tower for this, though.
Yeah, looks like a Perfect trying his best to clear the wave. We got Cuz coming over. Keen's half health. I mean, Exhaust's going to come in, but the perfect execution to get away from a lot of the damage as needles are coming in. But Keen is kind of all alone here. Yes, he has Duro. And, okay, the stun is going to come in. It looks like Keen should be able to back away, especially with Canyon.
Well, when you're pushing in...
Yeah. Looks like they will push in now. Cuz in position to get the smite. He was able to steal at 1 health as now Peter extremely low. And Cuz getting pretty low himself. The redemption comes in. Cuz, he wants it, but he's not going to get it. The smite early. Oh, the stun comes in from BDD. It's gigantic. And now Perfect's on that back line. Ruler doing a great job of kiting out, though. And Keen trying to go 1v3. He's got Toby with him now. And he's going in doing a ton of damage as the turret in the backline is doing work from the side of Duckdom. Keen and Jovi do get pushed away, but Gen.G, they get not. Also kind of highlights, you know, that Perfect is not exactly in the best spot. Peter goes in, nearly dies, but they get the root on a canyon here. Definitely a nice amount of chip damage, but Miasma already used. As we're setting up for this Infernal Drake in 5 seconds, trying to get position here in the Banana Brush. As another root's going to come down. They're doing a good job of keeping Gen.G at bay, but Gen.G now set up on another objective. Getting this one pretty low. The snipes are coming in on a Duro, though, as the last shot might just be shot into Canyon, but it's going to go the way of Canyon. He's super low. He goes down. Perfect keeping Keen at bay. And look at the rest of Gen.G. They're melting like butter on the right side with a hot knife going right through it on the side of KT. As Keen, yeah, he's going to get the 1v1. But now KT, they look for Baron.
And you know, Perfect, he did his job. He kept Keen occupied, right? And it's not a thankful job, but...
Okay, we're just flashing on Keen here. Might be able to get it. That pillar is not the best, but it's still going to be a kill. Cuz gets the shutdown. The hero of KT is back.
And you see the difference in this fight when the Gwen isn't there. Gen.G just don't have the gas in the tank. They don't have the threat on the back line. KT push forwards. Able just to dive onto the rest of Gen.G. Duro gets chunked out massively. Duckdom just landing these shots here. Hits two. Look how much damage this is doing, by the way. Chovy has to move in and block them. And then Canyon tries to zone Cuz away. Does end up getting the smite, but Canyon just gets shredded immediately. And then this ult comes out with the...
last time around. Cuz in a weird spot here. He's going to get slowed down by that. He's going to have to go for the subjugate as a massive Roborb comes in straight onto BDD. He says, I'll take the fight. I can't go anywhere. As now Redemption's coming in. They're going to Axis right at the heart of Gen.G. Canyon is so low, and so is Duro. But this is 4v4 for the moment, but now Ruler comes in, and it's going to be Gen.G's fight. They're going to take down Perfect. That's a second kill.
It's going to be hard.
I don't know if they can. I mean, Subjugation does come out, but Keen flashing on in. A very awkward fight here, as it is going to be the kill on a Duckdom, the kill on a Cuz. As Chovy just going to solo down the dragon. Everything falls apart in the span of a couple of minutes.
Yep, and that's soul now for Gen.G. Gold lead back in their favor.
Fake engage, maybe for vision. Not going to do all too much.
Yeah, just threaten them, force them back. Both teams trying to contest these mid waves. Oh, it's so spooky.
I mean, they're in the bush. They gotta be there, as Cuz he's gonna get stunned down and he's dead. And that's exactly what we were talking about. BDD just pops like a balloon, and the damage is just way too much. Gen.G, they just wait perfectly as the perfect execution comes in from Perfect, actually, and it doesn't matter. 3 kills, or rather 4 kills, will go over to Gen.G, and they will look to end this game 38 minutes in.
An answer back from Gen.G. Definitely not a clean game. Oh, okay. You're dead.
Yeah, Braum pretty good. He's getting some shots in. Okay, that was actually pretty close. Doesn't matter. this game is over, and Gen.G will force the series to be on our hands. A couple of critical mistakes from KT in the late game, and Gen.G are there to capitalize and bring this to 1 against 1.
I think this is sometimes the games you often get from Gen.G, where, you know, they do. And I think Gen.G, you know, they managed to win this largely on the back of Keen, who did this monstrous effort to keep them in this game. But this was not a convincing game 3. I'm a lot less convinced. And now in a position where, end of the draft, Keen can pick what he wants. Into Perfect, in the top lane. He literally has free reign, and he has been very advantageous in this matchup. You know, we saw him dominate in a losing matchup in the previous game.
Camille.
Oh, man.
Camille Galio. And also Rel and Vi with Sivert.
Good luck to BDD and Duckdam. Because the thing is now, it's a 2-carry composition, and I just think you just get bowled over when it comes to the team fights. They're just going to run at you, and the Featherstorm's not going to be enough. You know, if BDD pops, you're going to need a Zhonya's. You pop that Zhonya's while you're in that stasis, you're not doing damage. So I think KT need a significant early lead in this game. They need momentum, and they can't make mistakes, because I think...
시간사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we go. Game number 2.
30초 남았습니다.
As a win already for Gen.G. Getting the damage on a Duckdom. So Keen is number 1, rank 1 in Korean Arena on the leaderboards at rating 45-25. What is your rating?
I just looked it up. I'm rank 9. Getting max biscuit value.
All right, here we go once again. Ruler. Stun could come out if he wanted to flash, but not going to force it. There's the flash, and no cleanse this time. Ruler in a ton of trouble. First blood picked up by the Xayah, and now we got Cuz in the bottom lane. Speaking of the Skarner carry.
So, yeah, just the bot lane of Gen.G not doing so hot in this matchup.
Yeah. Doesn't feel very good for them. Ruler keeps stepping up to the Leona and finding out, but not amazing. As Karen's here, might just press his ult button, waits for the seismic shove. BDD still doesn't have his flash as the taunt gonna hit both of them, and BDD so close to getting his flash back, but it's not gonna happen. Peter TPing in just to...
times I've seen a gank come in.
Cousin Peter sticking around because BDD is here as well. 4v2. As Chovy has his TP as well, not going to use it. In goes Keen, and he's in a bit of trouble. Cuz taking a bunch of damage from the turret, tanks it up. BD gets the aggro, actually. Flashing on in is Cuz. They finally get the kill on a Keen. It looks like Duro should follow, right?
No.
He's going to hop on the horse.
Guys.
I think
It's going to be second dragon for Gen.G, which they feel super happy about with the dragon RNG that came in. So, a very focused effort to make that happen, and I think KT not feeling as good that they only got the 1 kill there, and they weren't really able to translate it into many plates. And it's
Talia Xayah has enough damage and enough peel back that it will be difficult for Gen.G to engage eventually, as we got a fight brewing here. Looks like they want to engage onto someone. Peter's going forward. They say, okay, we might just choose the Leona. Eventually, the damage is there. They go in onto the Skarner, and the Galio's right on top as KT are down a member this entire fight and still take the fight. As Peter just a little bit too far forward. As, it goes Naka! The Xayah Feathers get the kill on the Rift Herald. As now going in is perfect 1v5. He's got Duckdown behind him with the Feathers. He's actually doing a ton of damage, but guys, you're down so many members. As maybe they get the kill on a Canyon. Yes, they will. 505 gold goes to the Xayah.
Ults, and then this flip from BDD into the redirect. Beautiful. And now it's given them position onto the dragon. They should be able to get this. They have the team fighting Herald.
Yeah, no jungler here. Canyon just not here. And the team fight Herald comes out. It's going to send that mid. It looks like Peter, we know he's willing to send it. Maybe he just looks for the knockup? No, just taking the wide routes here. As the mid turret goes down, BDD is basically dead. Duckdown is isolated, and Peter probably just dead himself after the charge.
Yeah. Oh, they got Chovy.
No, I guess they didn't. But making it pretty interesting regardless, because he notices that the dragon is pulled out here. Going to be a little bit of a flip, it looks like, as the turn not really coming through. The wall is there, and it goes over to Cuz. Picks it up, denies the soul points, as Cuz absorbing a lot of the pressure, as now they go in with the Galio. Duckdom has to go to the feathers. He's so far up in this one, just has to flash away, can't do the damage, and now they just run at them with the On the Hunt. As Duckdom steps back into the Galio, and that will be enough. The kill goes over to Ruler with the red buff, and Cuz is out of there as well. And this should be at least the Otacon to Gen.G.
It's a good smite from Cuz, but it's just not enough in the team fight. Domination from Gen.G, and with the Otacon as well, I feel like this game is pretty over and done. Such an advantage is going to be picked up from this, and I think they're just not going to have the damage from here on out.
We have Perfect. I mean, that's pretty good too.
Peter and Perfect pedal to pedal. I'm losing it.
Look at the damage they're taking just standing next to the turret.
Just existing is pain right now for KT.
It's IE Sivir, 3 items.
Yeah, pretty strong. They're just going to go to Baron. You know, why not? Why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's pretty spooky, pretty hard to see in that vicinity. Cuz is walking over. I don't think you get anywhere close. He's 2 levels down.
They have vision now. He's got to just send it. He doesn't have his flash. He will get into the pit. They do turn onto him, though, as a lot goes into the Skarner, but will the damage be there for the Xayah as Ruler gets pretty low? Keen also getting low on the right side. That's a kill to Duckdom, but some heavy health bars here on the side of Gen.G. And some really low ones on the side of KT. It's going to push them back in the 1-for-1, but at least they stopped the Baron.
Honestly, decent from KT, you know, finding the value as Gen.G stops.
Just taking the dragon.
Yeah.
Hiding on bush for KT.
They are trying to move over. Cuz with a slick smite, maybe?
I mean, he's going to get in, and Canyon is here, but he's alone as the smite goes to KT again. It's a third Hextech dragon.
Let him go. Let him go.
Cuz was thinking about not letting him go, but he's going to let him go.
Let him go.
And there you go. So the kill does go to Gen.G. They should be able to get the Baron off.
How do they have 3 dragons? I'm just in disbelief. They just let him walk in. Okay, Perfect died. Not ideal, not optimal, but just all you have to do is try and prevent them from getting Baron.
This Baron actually does damage. You were talking about it before hitting Ruler. This is the Baron that does a ton of damage. So Ruler's got to be careful. You've still got Duckdom, who is a Fountain Laser. Little flank here from Chovy on the right side, but Duckdom's got good positioning for now. But the front line is just being chewed apart here by Gen.G. They're going to take him down. Now the ult comes in on the VDD, and the follow-up is there as well. Nice damage here from Duckdom, though. They go very deep for the kill on a VDD, and there's the taunt as the Feather Storm comes in. A massive flash to get him out with the feathers. But it's still a win to Gen.G.
Ruler?
Yeah, Ruler's looking for it, and with no Feather Storm, you will be taken out. As Ruler flashes the Samsung Galaxy, and they will be taking this Baron now.
So hard to fight from this much of a deficit. KT, they managed to get the Dragon, but they can't stop the Baron. And Gen.G, I don't think it really matters that they lost that Dragon in the end. They will pick up the Purple Worm. They will be able to use his buff. Likely to push to an end because they're going to have a 10,000 gold lead after this. Pretty hard to overcome. Yeah. It's a lot.
Gen.G are the peddlers now. Doesn't quite have the same ring. Doesn't feel as good.
Yeah. They need someone with a name starting with P on their team, really.
Yeah.
If you want to have the peddlers. Who else do we have in the league who would be... Do KT just have a monopoly?
Nah, Prince doesn't work that well because of the R.
Does KT just have a monopoly on people who would be good peddlers?
There must be someone else that has a name starting with P, right? That we're just
But
forgetting.
It's like the PE, you know? Like Peter, Perfect.
Peter and Perfect, yeah.
It's so good.
All right, collapse here on a Keen. This is a Camille level 17 with Flash. Gonna catch him out of the hook shot. Does not get over the wall. The exhaust is there. Peter's taking insane amounts of damage.
Peter.
And now the Galio comes in. And Keen is like, well, good try, guys. Nice work, buddy.
He's a little strong.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hit the attempt. I think you have to try something, but this game is feeling pretty doomed right now. 13,000 gold lead. They're just pushing the waves. And the problem is, you're so hard to stand near the tower because the Sivir just chunks you. and the ricochet.
Yeah.
See Duckdown clearing the waves, but they're just gonna... Oh, they're gonna go the triple inhib.
I thought about another player that starts with P, by the way, Peanut.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
How did we miss
That's kind of the very obvious one.
Peanut, the peddler? Yeah.
Yeah, it works. But the Val is different, though. Nice knockback here on a Chovy. That's going to be a follow-up, but Perfect just gets pelted. The Chovy does as well, but he's got so many stacks on his Magice, he's going to play it safe. Trying to hold on desperately to the Nexus turrets, but 15,000 gold and a redemption. It's going to keep them healthy for now.
Look at the counter minions. They are just shredding these towers.
Yeah, they really are. Engage will eventually just come in. They're trying to burst down Chovy, but he just goes gold, and the Impale is there, but the damage is not. Duro gets low, but it just doesn't matter. Gen.G, they were going to win this game for the last 10 minutes, and they finally are going to take down the Nexus alongside of it, as they will take the lead in the series 2-1, and now are on match point.
Yeah, Duckdown tried to do everything he could in this situation, but it just wasn't LCK Cup Finals to Honolife Esports.
That was like, it feels like that was years ago. Obviously, it's just earlier this year, but it's a long time.
I do want to say Duckdown has been
Zoe in game 4.
So adds a bit to the poke that the Ziggs has. Little bit awkward with the composition. Something we often talk about is comp cohesiveness. It's a little bit of a struggle. Oh, so it's going to be Poppy top.
Poppy top. There you go.
Okay.
Kiana here for Canyon.
So Canyon's going to play the Kiana jungle. We're getting the Poppy top into the Renekton, which is a matchup that Keen can definitely just farm up on, but I think Perfect should be fine with that. We're getting the Nocturne in the jungle with the... It's kind of weird, okay? I guess maybe the thought process is you land the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and both you just send the Nocturne and the Ziggs in on a target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw stuff at people.
It's a bit of a weird one. They do have a
game number 4.
수환사에 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right. Game number 4. KT want to keep their hopes alive. There's the flash, and the hook comes out from the side of Duro. Peter walking towards them for a moment. Not scared of anything.
Yep, he does just walk it off there. Doesn't have to be in his own flash, so pretty nice for the side.
Time.
He got the Lost Chapter back, which is pretty big. Oh no. His jungler's like, help with Dragon. He's like, oh, but the plates.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Duckdown needed to be here. They have so much pressure in mid, and as we know, Canyon is nowhere to be found, so... again, hindsighting. Definitely did not need to be there, but it's fine.
Yeah. It's a little sad. I'm sure he'll get a chance to hit some plates later.
It's not
Actually, maybe it's like the the Iceborne Gauntlet with the tier, and that helps you proc the the Winter's approach. The Thimble Winter helps you proc it because you get the slow on the auto. Oh god, I think Duckdown would have been in trouble, but he ults the wave.
Yeah.
And he does scout out Canyon with the minefield. And so in return, KT, they got that Fierce Dragon, the Ocean
Dragon. Riding on Bush, seeing what he can see. He is going to get hooked, though, and now Canyon's here, and the flash in front of the Dredge line as Canyon gets in range. As Nocturne is coming in, a ton of damage coming out from Duckdown. Peter does go down, but the trade might just go over to KT as they take down Canyon. They're looking for Duro. And here comes Chovy just to push them away, but BDD has flashed himself and can just flash over, and eventually Duro will die. And the kill also goes over to
up to Duro, and BDD has flash. Like Chovy puts the ground.
Chovy in a lot of trouble here. We got the storm down, but red buff even ticking as there's the empowered auto from BDD, who is now 3-0 and 1,000 gold ahead.
He's 3-0. Cuz has Hex Plate, and she gets his first item and those Ultimate Hunter stacks. He's so strong.
Yeah, he really is. Fear comes in. Well, kind of Canyon just pushes them away.
Oh,
that's the wall. And they really want to kill Peter a lot. The ult is not going to hit, and so Peter just going to dredge line into the further wall.
If you get onto the Herald, it's kind of sets up in a position where BDD can just fire poke at you if you start hitting it. You know, he's in a prime spot here.
There it is. Bubble is going to come down, and now Chovy, oh, he just barely going to avoid that, as now the turn comes in onto the Ziggs. Duckdom in a bit of trouble. He's trying to satchel away. The ult is going to miss from the Poppy, as now Keen is in a whole lot of trouble. You see that damage coming out from the Poppy, and Gen.G just have to get away. The damage from the Zoe, rather, as BDD picks up more stacks, and Duckdom lives as well.
Yeah, Duckdom able to move in and clear the wave. Oh!
Yeah, he...
That's a lot of... Oh, it lands!
Uh-oh. There's a lot of trouble here for Chovy, and he goes as the giant bomb from the Ziggs on top of the Zoe damage is just too much to deal with, although nobody's dying. Everybody actually lived. Oh, hook here on a Canyon. Sleepy Trouble bubble on top of it. We got Canyon in a ton of trouble, as it's not going to hit once again. BDD pulling these short just barely a couple of times. And to be fair, I mean, he was very far away, but if that lands, maybe Canyon just dies. The amount of damage that he has now as they're going to pull the trigger here on a Chovy. He doesn't have his flash, but Perfect does. Goes in with the stun and takes him out. Canyon not going to hit it again. Banana Brush control.
There you go.
What you got is mines and a bubble.
This Poppy is also going to Bruiser build, not that tanky. You can see quite clearly. Third Dragon for KT. If they get Hextech Soul, you cannot play Hextech Soul into this comp that KT has when they have Hextech Soul.
Yeah.
Like, you're already struggling to get on top of them. They have so much poke. They're so able to prod the enemy team. And now they have that. I think Duckdom should have ulted him. I think if he ulted him, he's just out the fight completely.
Yeah, well, maybe they're going to use the Poppy. Oh, no, it's going to miss. And the Spell Shield was there, just in case. And it looks like we're just going to get a flip here as the engage goes in on the Keen. I think you got to look at that Drake, though. Don't want to give this up for free, because it's not going to get the smite. And Gen.G just get the Drake and might just be able to get out. They're spending all this time killing Keen. And it looks like they will get him. Ruler and Duro considering it, but Gen.G, they're going to buy some time. They take the Drake away. Yeah,
so Drake for Gen.G is a big pickup. It's worth for that one trade. It's what can KT get after? Oh,
he doesn't miss. BDD is just on a tear right now. Dredgeline going to hit Canyon.
Yeah, KT can force him off and get this mid lane tower, so a big pickup here. Oh! That beach ball.
It's so spooky.
So...
yeah, he can just, the knock coming to the hook, and Duro just sits him down, says take a seat, although the damage is coming out from the Ziggs, and they're trying to push into this one. The Victor, though, is totally safe, and a ton of damage is coming out from Ruler at the same time. The poke, though, is going to get Duro down. Keen's perfect around, and he's just walking over mines and getting hit by bombs. And that is not what you want to see if you're a Gen.G fan. Ruler, though, trying to frontline here. And is doing a ton of damage. Keen as well.
Like all of them. Look how low he is.
Yeah.
And he gets hit by a bouncing bomb into the comet. Oh, it's massive. And that secures them soul. Duckdom's such a hero. And now looking at Atakan as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he minefields, he just did it. Those are worth more the less you have.
Yeah.
So it would give up. They have to
Ruler.
zigzag.
Zigzag over the top. There's the Nocturne. That's the combo. They don't get the kill, though. Ruler going to live, and BDD says, I'll get the kill. Don't you worry. As he's going on in, they keep him around with the bubble. As everybody doesn't get to play the game, they're just running away, tail tucked. And there's nothing they can do. As now they've got an opportunity to go for that Otacon.
Their jungler is down, but Cuz is up a good amount sooner than Canyon is.
Looking for it again. BDD playing with fire. He's got that flash. As now the damage comes in. Chovy steps up and dies. Chovy, no. 0 and 4 on the Victor. And KT, now they'll take this Otacon.
That's going to be enough for it. Take out the mid laner as well. I love Cuz just flying in, sacrifices himself for the kill, but the cleanup's there. The artillery cannon's firing, backing up the Nocturne. And Gen.G just don't really have a response to these long range try and stop KT pushing in. The gravity field will do a decent job. They're starting the objective.
They're just going to start it up and just hope for a flip. And if they get it, maybe they can win it. I mean, Gen.G, they're not out of it just yet. The poke is coming in. As now the paranoia and the massive bomb onto 5! As the damage is there, Chovy is dead, but Ruler is still alive. The hook onto Perfect might just be enough as he goes into GA. Ruler's still alive, gonna take out the Nautilus. As BDD and Duckdom, they're kind of flying alone here. Perfect, pretty low.
Canyon's still up is the big thing. They need to get the dragon to reset because he's got a smite.
Ruler, he's just desperately asking for one auto.
Oh, Perfect found Canyon.
Perfect did find Canyon. As where did the Blitz go? Where did the Corki go? They're both dead to the Zoe and the Ziggs.
BDD Zoe brings it out on match point for Gen.G, and he brings out the classic to win the game. Now, Canyon's coming down with Smite. This is risky if you can get there in time. Cuz is up in 10 though, and he has ult as well.
They have so much vision. Well, at least in the banana rush. They have
Make or break. This is make or break for Canyon.
Oh, he's spotted. And now they can just wait. TP coming in from Chovy.
Wait, Cuz is gonna gate in and then he can ult. He can just ult.
Yeah, he can just ult. Poke coming in, they're trying to burst it down. Is Canyon gonna land an ult, and now it just goes to Smite. As in goes Cuz, he takes the Elder, and that should be it. KT gonna be forcing a game 5 here against Gen.G tonight.
What an absolute masterclass on this pick. BDD dominating on the Zoe up against Chovy as well. KT taking this to game 5, trying to look to qualify for Worlds. Gen.G looked undefeatable. The last time they lost to the best of 5 was the LCK Cup, and now they're being taken to 5 games by KT.
Taking to 5 games in this manner, they definitely would not have expected it, as BDD is going to get hooked in. Do they have the damage? They're all tanking the turrets and stuff. I think only Ruler against Elder buff is not going to be enough, though, as he is going to take out one. Cuz is pretty low, but they just turn onto him, and that's going to be enough. 38 minutes in, Elder too strong as they close.
We're going to game 5 after this performance. Look at the damage from the carries, are absolutely massive. Gen.G just not able to find good footing. Canyon invisible.
Yeah. Ada in game 5, out of nowhere.
And you have a decent amount of setup with the TF, right? It's not like engage, but you gotta play the distance, land the stun card, and play from it.
Lissandra.
I mean, we knew we were gonna get a little bit fringe with some of the picks.
Yeah, for sure. There's just not really a lot of options. You're not playing Akali into this. It's gonna be Lissandra for BDD game 5.
Okay, there's a lot of engage on the side of KT, and it really feels like Gen.G are playing more like a composition where you try and just stand your ground, you stun closest target, you have like the disengage of an Ada ult. But if like Wukong and Lissandra get on the cluster, they can explode it. But I really feel like this game is super snowbally. There's a lot of elements here where if you get ahead, like Lissandra went behind, I know she obviously still has a CC, but she's gonna fall flat. We've seen Calista went behind, fall flat. TF Lee Sin.
All right, here we go. Game number 5. Silver scrapes. KT wins this. They're in Worlds. We have KT at Worlds. We had to have, someone who was going to have a chance to make it to Worlds that wasn't Gen.G, T1, and LIKE Esports. We didn't really know who it was going to be, but I think that KT was...
He's trying to get some vision down in the river.
He is going into his jungle.
In the jungle, sorry, not the river, yeah. And it's now going to move back. He doesn't want to be there. I mean, he gets a TF as well.
And Lee Sin.
It just feels bad, though, because, I mean, they're getting the dragon, but you're just losing so much here for free.
Yeah, Perfect just doesn't get to farm at all. No CS, no XP, nothing. He does get to look his unsealed spellbook. Are going to be very defeating for really any lane to go into, especially one in a game 5 of Fearless. I mean, Ezreal Maokai, as you mentioned, is not really a lane. It's not a real lane. It's like it doesn't do well into this.
Cuz doesn't have his ult. I think this is pretty much a given.
Yeah. Gonna give it up. 12.5 minutes in. Even TP used by Chovy. So he's just going to get that one on cooldown and come back to the mid lane just fine. So we're trading Drake for Drake here. What is the soul going to be is the only question left. As... Nope. Hextech Soul again. How about...
That didn't do that much damage.
Yeah, he shielded.
I expected more.
First turret, gonna go over with a Whimper in the bottom lane.
3,000 goldie now. They're going on to this Herald. Gen.G looking like they might contest it, though. The Herald probably...
Oh, a little bit late to the party. Canyon is gonna go in, get the kick down, and now they're looking to turn on a Chovy. Maiden zoning on the bottom side of the fight. So they get the Herald, and they're going to get out.
I think this flash might be available if he uses the heal, though. It looks like they're moving in.
I mean, they're going to throw down Rift Herald, but there's too many sticks in this dragon, and it's just going to be smited by the Callista, essentially. The turn comes in. Ruler is getting pretty low. The follow-up with the Wukong is so much AoE damage. They get 2 kills, and the Thralls are going out, and the fight is hugely won by KT. They don't get the dragon, but they're going to pick up 4 kills in the play.
There's the engage. The flank comes in. Wukong value is massive for Cuz. Him and BDD smash Ruler into the dirt. And you know, so many summoners were available. Ruler's flashes up, Duro's flashes up. Not used. A lot of these summoners just not used by Gen.G. It feels like they were caught unaware by the play. And that 3,000 gold lead demolished out of nowhere.
And guess who's got the massive gold lead once again? The Jungle Canyon has been present this entire one that, hey, we can fight these guys. And now, once again, Ruler's just going to kind of face check, and Cuz is all over him once again. The bailout is there, and Ruler, nowhere for him to go. Canyon, super low himself. The kick is actually gigantic, but it's not enough. No follow-up there as Keen burning down Cuz. He gets incredibly low. He will be taken out, but the fight is still won by KT.
4 for 2 there. Cuz does go down, not able to survive that, but it's a huge team fight win. Again for KT, Chovy's not even there, and KT are just demolishing them, finding Ruler again. KT want to go to Will.
Yeah, they're just going to send it. I mean, they have Callista, and they have Renata for the hostile takeover in the choke. And they're just pulling it down, throwing as many autos into it for the Ren value as possible. TP's coming in. And now the Equalizer going to zone Cuz a little bit, but he's still in the pit. He's still got excellent value here, excellent position on this one as in he goes, and Cuz will get the smite. Canyon immediately dies. And he's just not in this fight anymore. Keen's super low, doesn't have the Zonyas, and now the follow-up comes in for the rest of the team as they are just rolling over Gen.G. KT looking for the ace, and they will have it after the Drake.
There's that Wukong value. Cuz gets the smite.
Like, Canyon's taking the Hex Gate into the jungle. They're going to get the TP out of perfect, kind of an awkward spot for him. He's probably going to have to flash out of this one. Exhaust comes down. He's just going to hold on to it. He says, I'm dead. Nothing I can do. And, I mean, he's right for now. And now Gen.G up a man. They're looking at the Baron.
That was a big overstep from Perfect. TP'd into a bad spot, and now it needs to be a 4v5 for the Baron.
I mean, what are they going to do? They just got to try to send it and hope that Duckdom has enough damage to poke through everyone. Duro waiting with the hostile takeover, just waiting for the right moment, and there it goes. They get the engage onto that front line. Down goes Canyon. They don't have a smite right now. And no, down goes Cuz as well. The Baron goes to Gen.G, but BDD is doing so much work in the zoning there. The Thralls get the kill on a Ruler, and Chovy just barely gets away. They hold onto the Baron, and Gen.G are still in this one with the Baron on Chovy.
Just about such a chaotic fight. Both junglers going down, but it was Keen who got the Baron in the end. Managing to pull through on that one, and Chovy, the last man standing for Gen.G. It was nearly a reset for Ruler coming through, who ended up getting the Baron. And then here, this Zhonya's plus the arcane shift away from Duckdom to stop the Ruler reset was huge, but it's still Chovy with the Baron. Chovy level 18.
Yeah, and here comes Chovy once again, ghosting on in. They want to take a fight. They know Cuz is not here. Peter in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. And that he will. He gets out. Duro takes a bunch of damage. Cuz by himself. Destiny comes in. They have vision. But they're not quite able to land the Q. And now Chovy maybe overextended. The kick is massive. BDD gonna land that stun onto Canyon. Peter super low, but he's still going in. They want to get Keen in the front line, but Cuz goes very deep, goes into his GA. And now is going to respawn. And KT, they're so low, but so is Gen.G. The flash on him for perfect. And he's very much alone. Needs to be careful if he lands another E's. Oh, the ghouls, come on.
Wait, he can stall them out. A TP's coming in behind them. Oh, BDD's coming.
BDD. BDD, here he is. But the stun comes in and he goes in and dies. BDD, oh, the stun. Oh, the damage rather. But they get the dragon.
This is risky business.
Oh, they're doing a lot of damage to it. But Canyon certainly will have an angle, right? The Q is coming on in. He's not going to get it. The smite of Cuz is there once again. This guy rarely misses, and he's not going to miss in a game 5.
Just hit the smite. So difficult.
All right, position here on the Elder goes to KT.
Perfect can just start soloing it.
All right, Chovy, he does chunk the turrets, but this Elder is falling very quickly. Canyon trying to take the gate over straight into BDD. They can just take him down as the sun comes in and Canyon is down to his TA. Already, they don't have a jungler. As down he goes.
Dead.
He's just dead. The smite should just go the way of Cuz. They're taking a lot of damage. BDD has the AoE in the pit and it goes to Venom. Duck gets it and KT will take the fight. Chovy is down and KT will do it.
KT are going to Worlds! They take down Gen.G! Their first best-of-5 loss since the LCK Cup! The upset of the year, and they book their ticket!
I just can't believe it! How did they actually do it, KT? Do you believe in miracles? You're seeing one right here. KT take down Gen.G in 5 games.
What a performance. What a performance. And you know, this has been a team with so many ups and downs. Players, Peter was subbed out, subbed back in, so many question marks.
Duckdown
to the Legend group, Duckdown 2. And they come in and they take down Gen.G. They had to take down Gen.G in the upper bracket to secure their spot at Worlds, and they managed to do it in this manner as well. What a performance.